And now we know the fate of Moggledeer. But what are we going to do next?
That is quite a tale.
One day you'll need to tell me where you found this curious tome, Pineleaf. The sigil on its face cannot be mistaken for anything save the Eye of Sauron, which marks it as an artifact of evil. How then came it to tell the tale of King Eärnur? Nay, not even so, for he was not yet king. But still, little is recorded of the years before he followed his father Eärnil to the throne. To find such an account of a book bearing the mark of Mordor is troubling to me. But Eärnur's doomed adventure into the citadel, now called Durthang, has brought to mind a recent conversation. Baragon told me of someone with an interest in that place. Speak with my captain and ask him what happened to the man with the shield. A man of Ithilien he was, but I confess I do not know his name. He was here at the camp, but I have not seen him since I returned. Well, let's see what happened to him. Baragon. Ah, here's Baragon right here. Hello there. What happened to the man with the shield?
The man with the shield? Aye, I remember him.
Yes, I did not much like the look of that guy, though.
What did he name himself? Arnoth, I think he was called.
Yes, his name was Arnoth. He carried a broken shield around with him, and it seemed to me he repaired it as best he could with leather straps. The thing was badly holding together, and looked as if it would fall apart with the first blow of an enemy's weapon. Irresponsible! I set him to conducting an inventory of the rations and waters for the camp, but he has not reported back to me. Go find him, will you? He should be somewhere by the tent to the northwest, among the crates. Right. To the northwest by the crates, where we should find Anoth. Oh! Well, I found Dagros instead.
Our work is never done, is it?
It's good to see you again, Pineleaf. Our work's never done, is it? Ah, I would not have it any other way, my friend, and I suspect neither would you. But you are here seeking the Ithilien ranger with the broken shield? I wondered why he carried it around with him, but I didn't ask. He seemed particularly interested in the map on the table over there, just to the west. A map on the table just to the west. Ah! Here's a table to the west, and here is a map. Anna's dagger is embedded in the map, marking the location northwest of Minas Morgul. Northwest of Minas Morgul. Okay. Why would he go there? Footprints to the southwest. What is he doing here amid all these flies and spiders and nasty things all over here? We'll have to find out. I must say he's leading me on quite a merry chase, but is that him up there? Let's see. Ah, Anath! And he's not surprised to see me. How about that? Well, what's this shield you've got? Oh my goodness gracious. Are you sure you don't need a better shield? I suppose it has some sort of family value?
I see that Hundalar has not yet sunk a dagger in your back.
Yes, it's good to see you, my friend, and it means that the Kundalar you brought out of Gorgoroth has not yet sunk his dagger into your back. I urge you now, as I urged you then, keep Eorzen the Wily at arm's length, for he cannot be trusted. Well, yeah, there is that little point there. Eorzen the untrustworthy. Yes. Now, why did you fail to complete the inventory which Dagras entrusted on you? Oh, that, yes. Well, you make your point sharply there, and it wounds me. I do feel badly about shirking that duty, but I had little choice in the matter. I overheard from one of the scouts that Ugrikor himself had been sent west of Kirith Ungol, and that he made for Minas Morgul. I have not given up my quest to avenge for the Tharadrim Pine Leaf. I will make the captain of the pit pay for his crimes against them, though they be 1,000 years distant. Let Ugrikor fear the descendants of Halanon the survivor. I will let no other task hinder me in my vengeance. But it seems the reports were false. He has not come here himself, so far as I have seen, though his orcs stalk amongst the crags. Will you search for signs of him up in the path to the northeast? Then I'll return to my duties. All right, fine. I will look for signs of him and his orcs. I suppose this is where he meant? Up here? Are there any orcs around here? Oh, I see spiders around here. But orcs? Not so many. Any signs of orcs? Oh, hold on. Well, there are some signs of orcs right there. And this dead orc bears Ugrakor's symbol, and he carries a report for his master. Ooh. Well, let's see what the Anna thinks about this. Let's have a look at what's in this letter. Urakor! The tunnels are still crawling with spiders, and the spider folk seek them out. Half, or more than half, are slain by the very creatures they worship. The passage is not safe, but my boys have not seen any sign of her. Not since we came down this way. We did not venture very deeply inside, and saw no signs of any but spider folk making the attempt. If Gothmog has found a weapon to use against the spider folk and their minions, he keeps it to himself in the tower. I will send this report back to you with the runner. None of us want to stay here any longer. Well, yeah. I can understand why on that.
What does Ugrakor's captain have to say to his master?
These words are full of fear, Pineleaf. It seems the masters of Mordor have more worries than King Alessar or Prince Faramir alone, or indeed the two of us. They fear the treachery of their allies. Listen, if Gothmog has found a weapon to use against the spider folk and their mistress, he keeps it to himself in his tower. The promise of such a weapon will surely draw Ugrikor to Minas Morgul. Let us be grateful that the Ungolidain did not slay every member of the orc raiding party, for word of this should still reach the captain of the pit through the survivors of the band. He will come for Gothmog and for his weapon, and I will be ready. The Thandrim will be avenged. You should bring this report back to the camp. Tell them that what we have learned, and that Ugrikor knows that Finis Gost is close to him. Instead, he sends small raiding parties into Imlad Morgul by way of Torch Ungol, as I suspected. Very well, let's go back to Mithrandir. I found this note relating to Ugrikor's activities. Arnott shirks one duty and seeks to avoid punishment by providing useful tidings. I have seen it before, but I am not his commander, and it is not my place to levy judgment. But I would caution him against pursuing vengeance with such a single-minded purpose. He would not be the first to make such a mistake, nor I fear the last. But this report does help me piece together some of what I believe Gothmog has been up to while we were occupied with other matters. Ooh, and what's that?
After the defeat of his armies at Pelennor, Gothmog fled to Imlad Morgul.
Yes, Gothmog fled to Eblug Morgul and the safety of the Dead City. I don't consider that to be a very safe place, but I guess I'm not commanding it. Did Gothmog attempt to weaken the bridges west of Minas Morgul, as both Isildur and the Lord of the Nazgul had once done? I cannot say for certain. I destroyed that bridge to protect us from the further assault, but it occurs to me that now that there was another result of my actions. So too did I protect Gothmog from further assault by us. The western approach was blocked, and he needed fear no attack from that direction. He then sealed Fennis Goth, not to protect himself from us, for we had not yet entered into Mordor, and he had little reason to think we could, but to protect himself from Sauron, and from Sauron's servants. Why would they wish him ill? That is easy to see, Pineleaf. He commanded the loyalty of his own thralls, but there were other forces in Mordor that would deem him a failure, perhaps even a traitor to Sauron. Had he not suffered defeat after defeat in his guise as Mordoreth, failing to achieve victory in the north? As Gothmog, had he not then suffered defeat on the field of battle before the walls of Minas Tirith? Yes, there are many in the Black Lands who might question his loyalty, and none so greater than Sauron himself. Had the quest for the ring not succeeded, had the Dark Lord not fallen, who is to say what Sauron might have done to punish Gothmog? But Frodo did succeed, and Gothmog was given a reprieve, brief though it was. I believe he searched the dungeons and hidden chambers of Minas Morgul for some weapon that might reverse his fortunes. I have learned enough of the Valley of the Secret Shadows to know that the entrance was blocked with enchantments fashioned by the Lord of the Nazgul, such that the very passage was hidden from the eyes of all but the Nine and Sauron himself. But they're all gone, and now Falkgirth lies open once again. Did Gothmog delve within? And did he find the weapon that he sought inside Thurgenwath? Now he hides within Barad Curon, the Tower of the Crescent Moon. You must gain access to this tower, Pineleaf. Speak to Prince Faramir, and he may know how this may be accomplished. What, to get into the power of the Crescent Moon? I suppose we have to go there anyway. Didn't Isildur ask us to go there? Yeah, I think I vaguely remember something like that.
The tower is sure to be well protected.
Yes, the tower is to be protected, and gaining any entry would be difficult. Wood, the swords alone might suffice, but I think it would not be so. Minas Morgul is a place of fell enchantments and terrible sorcery, and I suspect our weapons alone will not overcome whatever guards the tower. Defeat foes as you climb from level to level in the city, and speak with such of my scouts as still remain within. Mithridan in the center of the Maraval haunted tier, and Kulang, who intended to scout the uppermost tier of the city. They may have learned something of the tower's guardians. Good fortune to you, my friend. Our net closes upon Gothmog. I can feel it. Just a little more, and we will be done with him. And Middle-earth need fear his evil no longer. Yes, but whose evil will we have to endure is another thing we'll have to find out. But it looks like it's time to head back to Minas Morgul. I suppose that means that we start with the orcs. So it looks like the orcs have done quite a bit of the work for us already. I presume, though, that we're going to have to take care of a few more of these. There you go. And find more of them. And soon we will deal with them and head upstairs. That was enough for the orcs. Now let's see if there are any dead around that I need to deal with. Maybe they all, for a moment there I thought perhaps they have all decided to stay dead for a change, but no, I'll never be so lucky. I thought maybe I could just get through without running into any of them, but yeah, they're all over the place, and they continue to be so. And what do you expect? They do call it the Dead City after all. Or the City of the Dead, or something like that. Whatever. Whatever they call it, it's not a fun place if you're a hobbit. That's what it is. Not a fun place if you're a hobbit. That is the perfect nickname for this location. Are you done yet? How about you? Yeah, you. No, no, no. You're not getting away, you. What is this? Is it a dance? You think we're at the local cotillion or something? Good grief. Now that we've managed to finish the Dance with the Dead, I suppose it's time for us to do the Marival Mash. And take care of them as we continue on our way up to find... whatever. Oh, blood witches. I hate blood witches. So annoying. And they're ubiquitous too. But I'm sure getting rid of a few more of these will make the Rangers most happy. Finding a few Marival to kill was certainly a lot easier than finding this Ranger, though it looks like one of the Northern Rangers and not one of the Athelian ones.
Our work is never done, is it?
Return to the North? No, that was not for me, nor for Kulang. We and some others decided to remain in Gondor, aiding Alessar as we aided Aragorn. It was the king's wish that we help Prince Faramir make safe his lands, and so here we are. I was charged with scouting the old libraries of the city. A sad errand. It was Valardis, Isildur's queen, who assembled here a great library of Númenorian lore. But the books of Númenor were burned with the coming of the Nazgûl, and when King Valardis learned of Isildur's death on the Glenfields, she never again came south. What few records escaped the torch were brought to other archives in Gondor and Anor. The libraries of Minas Ithil never again thrived as once they had, and when the Nazgûl once again claimed the city, they filled the ashen shelves with tomes of evil and scrolls of foul ritual. I entered those dark archives and found them accursed. They are touched by a sickness, Pineleaf. I do not mean a pestilence such as that which befouls the swamps of Varganite and Gorgorath. It is no plague. Nay, it is a sickness of the mind. I walked those aisles and beheld the dead, dear friends of mine, now departed, as if they lived still. Calerant. No, it was not he. It can have been nothing more than a trick, but it was cruel, and I could not stand such torture for long. I heard whispering in the darkness, and dared search no further. Something in that archive brings my mind of our past experiences and seeks to turn them against us. Beware if you go that way, Pineleaf. Each of us has sorrow enough behind us that such a weapon could be used against us with great precision and prove deadly. Ooh. And now Kulang is up on the top. Oh, joy. Before we're going to be able to meet with Kulang, we must take Barad Arthir, the lofty watch fort, and enter into the Circle of Despair, which is where we'll go in the next episode of A Tale of Two Pine Leaves.